Yeah, highlight.
Damn, Melissa.
Don't forget the real though. Yeah. I bet you won't turn me up. What's that you bumping? It ain't vibing hard enough. No. Check my playlist, guaranteed you ain't hit top. From the indies to the mainstream, bringing all the stuff. Music talks for Dwayne and Janean. Run it up. Run it. Pass that ox. Hey, Bobby, through you. Back on the scene, Dwayne and Janean. I'm bringing the facts, they know what I mean. Music comparisons, yeah, it's embarrassing. Up in the Ford, I feel like I'm Harrison. Back on the fast track.
Wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Too much heat for one show, but you know what we got to do here. Welcome to Past the Ox. As a matter of fact, hold up. Welcome to Past the Ox.
Pass that ox. Bobby, through you.
But ladies and gentlemen, you already know what time it is. It's your boy, neighborhood resident mediator, your favorite podcast host. You already know what time it is. I am joined by my oh so lovely. Y'all already know she is back, y'all. The queen is back. I know, fellas, some of y'all was asking. Y'all was like, yo, where'd you mean at? She ain't with us this week, but look, y'all, she's back in full effect. So I'm joined by my also lovely co-host, the queen of classic. Y'all already know Miss Bougie Thug and Janean. Talk to the people.
Yeah, what's going on? It feels so good to be back. You already know.
Yeah. Now, so how did you enjoy your week off? I mean, tell the people how you enjoyed your week off. I mean, was it cool? Was it relaxing?
It wasn't a week off, technically. You know, we got jobs over here. But I did miss y'all. I missed recording. But you know, you and Derrick definitely held it down. So, you know, I was missed, but not really. You know what I mean?
Oh, no, you were.
And most definitely were you definitely with us in spirits, as of course.
Yes, I was.
Absolutely. So, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, we are getting a full house, and of course, we are joined by the man. Y'all already know how I introduce this man. He is the hardest working man in show business. He actually helped me do a dude's night out version of Past the Ox last weekend. Y'all already know it is your favorite resident, as you know. Well, we call him Clive now, y'all. People, we call him Clive. Clive, man. You know what I'm saying? Clive, man. You know what I'm saying? So,
young boy, Clive.
You know what I'm saying? To those who don't know, you know, my boy is, you know, got that Jamaican in his mind. You know what I'm saying? Got that Jamaican mind. You know what I mean? So we had to give him a Jamaican name because he didn't have the Jamaican in his name, you know. So I had to already say it. Boom, boom. You already know. So this is the hardest working man in show business. Show business. Got to say it like that. Business. Show business. My boy, Mr. You know, Eagle flying, Celtic pride wearing, you know what I'm saying, anti-cowboy loving, you know what I'm saying. This man is Derrick Clive Myers.
Clive, man.
Hey,
I cannot wait to hear what phone calls I get from Kingston next week. It's gonna be awesome.
There you go, man. There you go.
Yeah. Glad to be back.
Glad to be back. Welcome back. Welcome back. I mean, ladies, gentlemen, we are so glad to just be back in y'all presence. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we appreciate y'all for always kicking it and rocking it with us, making this one of, if not the top show under the OTS brand. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all, man. We be feeling so loved. I mean, like, I can't believe it. Like, y'all really love us. Y'all really love us. Like, that being said, you know, it's a lot to talk about, really. I mean, it's New Music Friday. You know what I mean? We got a important, historic album that dropped. That's going to get in our history segment, which is going to be talked about. Arguably, probably the greatest album of all time in this particular artist's catalog, but we'll get to that. But y'all know how we do it on this show.
Catalog. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
I was about to say.
You see what I was going there? I see what you tried to do. No, sir. Nah. Oh, nah. Oh, nah.
Nah, he is.
Anyway, y'all know I'm a fool. Anyway, nonetheless, y'all already know how we start off this show. It is our number one segment that we kick it off, our icebreaker of Pass the Ox. Miss Janean, go ahead and alley-oop that thing, because you know you back in this thing.
I am. I feel like I don't know, this week I've been like super busy, so my what's been in my ears is kind of tied into what's new in music this week. So if we can kind of tie the two in together. You actually put me on to MGK's new album where he took a turn in creative direction where he's more like punk rock.
Yeah.
And I love it. I like it. I just listened to it today. I was probably not in the best of vibes to really receive it, but it was definitely nostalgic in a way. Like it took me to my Blink 182 days and my Green Day and my Paramore, and you know, we're upset because our parents want us to be doctors, but we just want to skateboard all day. You know, like it definitely took me to that.
Come on now, talk to
And I like it. I like it a lot because something we talked about on the very first episode of Past the Ox is that what's dope about artistry today is that you don't have to stay in one box. So although he's a rapper, I feel like even with Wild Boys, he definitely brought like a rock and roll vibe or energy. And he just took it full throttle here. Maybe his role in the biopic for Motley Crue inspired it. I don't know, but whatever it was, I like it. So that's what's been in my ears as of today.
I have to agree with you there. I actually had a chance to check that out myself. Shout out to LJ, you know, one of the founding members of the OTS group. He actually posted it in the OTS group, which made me check it out, you know, because he said he was rocking with it. And well, y'all know, sometimes whatever LJ may rock with, we may not necessarily rock with. We love you, LJ. We love you, LJ. We love you. It's love, my friend, because we know you got some taste. We do. We know you got some taste. But sometimes it's kind of like, I don't know about that, Playboy. I don't know. But
yeah, because he tried to get me into watching that Hamilton, and that wasn't happening.
You need to watch Hamilton.
Oh, see.
I'm good.
Oh,
I'm good.
Yeah, I give up on that fight.
I got 25 minutes.
Miss out on it.
I'll miss out. I'm good. I don't need to be a part of everything.
There you go. What is the son of a bastard? I don't know. I'm sorry. I just got it, you know. Alexander Hamilton. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, Rebecca will kill me later. But anyways, nonetheless, I here to say this right now, that I have to agree. This MGK album was actually pretty dope. It did take me back to my inner alternative rock days where you felt like such a skater boy. Yes, skater boy. Avril Lavigne, that's right. You know it. Felt like such a skater boy. You just want to just grab your skateboard, you know what I'm saying? Talk about your aches and heartbreaks, you know what I'm saying? You screw the world
so much pressure in my life.
Yeah, man. I can't take it anymore. I'm so done with life, man. You know what I mean? I don't like you anymore, Mom.
I want to be like you, Mom.
There you go. Mobbing through the neighborhood like Ed, Ed, and Eddie, baby. It took me back all the way to those days. So if you guys have not, even if you're not a fan of MGK or don't listen to him like that, I recommend if you miss that nostalgic like punk alternative rock early 2000s, mid 2000s
garage
bands and all that, maybe to those of you who actually liked the rebirth of Lil Wayne, you know, in the prom queen phase, you know, see what I did there? If you were that type and you rocked with it, then you'll definitely rock with this album. So go ahead and check it out, but you got to be in the mood, you know what I'm saying?
Any features?
Okay.
Hazley, I know, is probably one of the big ones. I don't listen to her, but I know that her name rings bells. She's apparently very popular right now.
Yes, it was Hazley and it was someone else that
Trippie Redd is on one, which was dope.
Okay. Yeah, Trippie Redd was there. And who is this Ian Dior? Ian Dior.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
I don't know who it is either. I'm sorry if I don't know, but Sure, he must be relevant enough to be featured on this very song. So, nonetheless, you didn't have a lot of them, but it was take over, take off. Oh, take off.
Oh,
Here you
Oh,
go.
Takeoff
Wait,
is on
actually, no. I'm sorry. That was a Little Wayne project. My bad, guys. Sorry, my
there. I
bad.
will say too, his voice sounds good. He wasn't doing any like real like singing or anything, but it sounded good over these punk rock beats.
It did.
And I would love to know who his team was to get the songs together. Like I wonder if anybody from, like our Blink 182 groups like had any type of hand in this, because it really sounded like that. It was
It
really
did.
good.
It really did. And it makes you just wonder a lot of times, like, could this be? I mean, we've seen evolutions and forms of music kind of make their comebacks. And as we know with the good alternative rocks, that pretty much black people, white people, and all people really were into at that point, uh, it could be making its unique comeback in a way through maybe he's paving that. Who knows? I don't know, because I always thought with Lil Nas X that country was the next wave with rap, and apparently I don't know. Maybe that hasn't really quite hit that ceiling yet. I don't know, but
Country's gonna be a hard genre to
yeah.
well,
get into.
country
We
rap,
can't re-
country
Oh,
some
country
rap,
music
rap.
we just
country
can't
rap,
really do well in that.
like a trap country is what I was saying, like
Hmm.
Old Town Roadish. You know what I mean? Where it
No,
was like
I enjoyed
rapish.
that. I enjoyed it. I just I
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
thought that was gonna be a new wave.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
more artists were gonna try to, with how hot that song was, I thought more artists were gonna try to emulate that sound and make it their
It'd be
own.
nice if they did, but
Eh.
And for everybody, I guess. So
Because I don't like when people jump on trends and waves. Like Little Nas X, it worked for him because it sounded like that's something that he genuinely wanted to do, and it worked for him. But then when everybody starts trying to jump on one particular sound because they see that one artist really ate from it, then it becomes watered down and like cheesy.
we'll
it
see that. But
does.
that's the identity of artists. A lot of times,
Unfortunately, yeah.
unfortunately, commercially, they just do that. They bite onto what pops and then try to emulate that in their music, and it all sounds the same. Like
Hmm.
I think the reason why Lil Nas X worked is because he really is into country music.
Hmm.
And if you're not into country music, then it's not going to work for you. But like I would say, like when Nelly did his with what was it
Tim McGraw.
Tim McGraw?
Was it Tim McGraw?
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. But there's a lot of people that didn't like it. I loved it. I can't lie.
Maybe I wasn't open to it back then. I don't know.
Probably, yeah, that's possible. But for me, I liked it. I know, and that's what that kind of brought me back to. I mean, it'd be nice if we can get something like that that was like genuine.
Yeah.
If we can get something that'd be nice, but who knows?
Who knows? Indeed, who knows? So I guess again, continue to just be in your own wave. But I guess we'll pass this thing over to Mr. Derrick. Derrick, speaking of which, what have you been vibing to this week, sir?
Ari Lennox.
Hmm.
Ari Lennox. That yeah. Ari. I I tend to listen to a lot of Dreamville artists. Like that's just usually like throughout the week. That's just kind of like what I just play just to vibe out and listen to them while I'm doing other things. So that's usually who I'm listening to. But yeah, Ari. I think I played a little bit of Trey songs as well. But
Mm.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
It's a good one. It's a good one. I like that. I actually, on an R&B tip, I found myself vibing to Miss Ashanti a little bit, and I actually
Really?
Oh, nice.
was listening to Rain on Me, right? I created it was, with the rain that's been
Man.
going on these past couple of days,
Yeah.
I actually started thinking of some of my favorite songs that had rain in it or like a rain-like message to it, right? And I just made a playlist called When It Rains, and I came across Ashanti's Rain on Me and was just like, yo, I forgot how dope this beat was. And
Yeah.
I literally was just finding myself putting it on repeat because, like, I was like, yo, this is kind of nice. I might actually have to freestyle to this because this was actually a dope. You know, I remember how dope the song was because it dealt with like, it was really talking about like female abuse and things of that nature.
Domestic abuse.
Domestic abuse, exactly. So, like, I mean, it was one of those where it was like, yo, hey, I'm rocking with this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, it was like I said, I was just been on like different a combination of like variety of songs that dealt with the rain. You know, because when it's rainy day, you know, I just kind of find myself like in the vibes, you know, like Mary J. Blige and Ja Rule, song called Rainy Days. You know, it was one of them rainy days. So brother was just vibing. But
It be vibing. You be inside your feelings, crying over stuff you've never personally been through. Like, oh,
or sometimes, you know, you just hearing the rain pour and it's all nice and relaxing, and you just lay there and you just like look up at the ceiling. You're just like listening to a song, like, yeah, and you doze off, you know, and you're like peacefully sleeping, you know, right? It's such a beautiful thing. So yeah, I mean, I guess you could say I've been on a little bit of everything like that. Is, you know, just kind of been on shuffle with some stuff. So anything that would just pop up, it was just like, hey, I'm listening. But most importantly, most recently for sure, that MGK album kind of had me in the feels a little bit, and I'm gonna go back and give it some more listens later on. Oh, gotta shout out my boy KB. That's right, KB actually dropped a new album as of today. Well, you guys are listening on Monday evening, so I will say it's New Music Friday. And KB dropped a new album, which not only did it do well, guys, breaking news. KB's album not only charted #1 in hip hop, period, not Christian hip hop, just hip hop, period, on the charts, but the music videos also outdid WAP. Go figure.
Good job, KB.
KB, and listen, and to those of you who don't know about KB,
That's
let
crazy.
me tell you, it is crazy, right? KB, let me tell you guys a little about KB to those who out there who may not know who KB is. Like, maybe you don't follow Christian hip hop, or you probably just know Lecrae or, you know, Andy Mineo maybe, or somebody like that. KB is a guy who's been under that umbrella with Lecrae. He was under his label and everything. Recently, I believe like late last year, he left the label and he's kind of been doing his own thing. So he has a new, you know, under his own branch. He just dropped a new album. KB is what you would call an anthem type of rapper. Like, his music is always epic, like on some Travis Scott level epic. Like, it's always stadium status, gets you like super hype type. And but what's so cool about KB is that he keeps it 100% real. Like, he gonna give you the truth. You know what I mean? He's unashamed. He's gonna give you the truth in his music, but it's gonna feel epic at the same time, where you're just like, yo, this is dope. And so, I mean, that man literally start to finish, that album was hitting, y'all. Like, he took songs where he twisted it in ways you were just like, oh my gosh. So salute to KB for charting #1. I've seen other Christian artists, I've seen other DJs, artists, and people just saluting KB, saying, hey, this is what happens when you truly do things the right way according to God. Like, when you really are yourself, stuff like this happens. So it's amazing to see him really just on day one doing this much, you know what I mean? So salute to KB. Had to shout that out. And yeah, that's all that's been pretty much in my ears this week so far to this point. So let's try.
I want to add. Can I add, please? I forgot. I was also listening to Chris Brown. I feel like I know that Chris Brown is amazing. Like, whenever a Chris Brown song comes on, like, I'm vibing to it. I think that when he releases a project, sometimes I feel overwhelmed as of late, because he'll do these projects with like 58 songs, like 127 songs.
Yes.
So like, you feel like I can't really take in all of this. But when he drops a song, like, you're gonna rock with it. So I was listening to his Old Fame album, and I was like, I forgot how much I love this.
Ooh, classic. Some would argue and say that's his best album. Do you guys agree with that thought? Or
Fame?
Fame, yeah. A lot of people feel like that was his best album.
I appreciate it more than I did Graffiti at the time. Like, I remember fans like, okay, I like this. Graffiti was cool, but I liked Fame more. I don't know if that's his best album, but I
don't
like it.
know.
Because remember,
Yeah,
that
I'm not
album
sure.
was fresh off of the Rihanna situation, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
and I think, and you know what sucks about that? It's like ever since that moment, people have been trashing him and his music as if. I mean, I know that situation aside, like his music has been consistent. Like when he puts out music,
Good.
it's really good. It's not trash, you know.
Hmm.
And I might have to listen to Fame again, because I can't remember everything that was on there, but I don't know if I could. I don't even know what I could say is his best album. To be completely honest, not right now.
Hey,
We might have
this
to
looks like
discuss it.
we're gonna discuss that on another episode of Pass the Ox,
Exclusive. The
guys.
hell?
Yeah.
There we go.
Exclusive
You
is
know what I'm saying?
probably the one.
See, see,
Yeah,
we might
yeah.
have
We
to
might have to talk
discuss
about this.
this.
Yeah.
Just like
But X was good too. I don't know. I don't
we're
know.
gonna
Yeah, we're
see.
gonna have to do.
We're
Yeah,
gonna see,
it's gonna be hard.
ladies and gentlemen. I'm just here to let you know we do from time to time do episodes where we do a discussion version. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, check out episode number 1. If you are not a faithful Pass the Ox listener, go back in the archives. Check out episode 1 of Pass the Ox where we discuss Ursha Baby and his catalog, and we break down album by album, single by single, and let y'all know that pretty much this man was a GOAT and is a GOAT when it comes to all of the hits he put out from all of these
Hard
albums over
worker.
the years. So
For sure.
we look like we're gonna be doing the same thing with Chris Breezy, y'all. So y'all stay tuned.
He would
That
be
there album.
he would be a nice person to see on a versus battle. Because
Who would you put up against Chris Brown though?
I don't know. Because that's the thing. Like I don't know. Two people come to mind immediately: Neo and Trey Songz. I would probably say Trey
Probably
Songz.
Trey.
Yeah, Trey Songz might be the better matchup because it seems like he has a better catalog. But if you're talking about also the music that like Neo has written for other people, if he could bring that into the battle, that might be
And
tough.
then Neo did a battle already,
He did.
right?
He
Did he?
do a
So they
battle.
can't
Yeah.
repeat. Yeah.
Who did
he
I
he-
forget
did.
who he went up against.
He battled a songwriter. It was like a
Yeah.
songwriters battle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It was one of the earlier ones. It was back when they still kind of did it through Instagram at the time.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Trey-
But Trey Songz
Although-
is still a good option.
I would say Trey would probably be his best competition, but Chris Brown would still get it.
Chris
for me.
would kill that one because I
But
think
it'll be nice to see them go back and forth. It'll be entertaining.
yeah, I think people sleep on Chris's catalog.
Hmm.
Like he really, I mean, and also not just the catalog, but when he performs the song too.
Ooh, wait.
Doing full backflips on stage and still sing
And
like
beat, on
he's
beat,
an
like-
entertainer. Yeah.
Ah,
Hey, guys, hold up. I just thought of it. I know who you could put up against Chris Brown.
ooh.
Bow Wow.
All right. So something else that I wanted to talk about
No.
when it comes to
What?
no.
Nah.
Y'all don't think Bow Wow could go up against Chris Brown?
Mm-mm.
Then no shade
Y'all
to
forget
Bow
about this man's
Wiggle because I
catalog,
love
man.
Bow Wow, but
Come
no,
on,
Dwayne.
man.
But they're not
This
in the
man's
same
catalog-
they're not in the same genre though.
It's never always been the same genre. But if you think about Bow Wow's hits, mostly they have been kind of on the romantic tip. With the exception of a few,
Yeah.
most of them have been catered to the women. With the exception of a few, you know what I'm saying, that were
Chris
kind of like
Brown would
neutralized.
eat him alive.
I think Chris
Do
would
not
kill
do it.
that one.
Yeah.
I think he would
I
absolutely
don't
murder that
know.
battle.
I think y'all sleeping, man. I don't
No.
know.
Out of what do they do? 20
It's
tracks?
20. It's usually 20,
Yeah.
right? It's usually 20. Bow Wow has way more than 20.
Yeah, but way more than 20 that are
But
better.
Chris
than
Brown's
Chris's.
is gonna hit harder.
I think Chris Brown. I think Chris Brown, like
Hey,
one
I
album
don't-
could just do that one.
Nah, hey man, listen. Beware the dog, man.
No,
Again, no
and
shade
it's
about
not. It's
I
not a
love
shade.
Bow
Hey, man.
Wow. Like no shade to
I
like
don't think it's an
you
equal
could play a
battle.
Bow Wow record and I'm turning up.
The
But
reason
I don't
why I'm
think it's
saying
fair
that
to
is
play him
because
against Chris
I
Brown.
don't what the type of music that we get from Chris Brown. I don't know that I would necessarily want to, like Brandy and Monica, for example. When they were going, it was hit after hit after hit after hit. Like, oh, I forgot about this. I forgot about that one. Oh, this was good. I don't know if that same flow would happen with Bow Wow and Chris Brown. And again, like Janean said, it's no diss to Bow Wow. I just don't know that that's like
Not a good
genre-wise.
matchup.
I don't think it would work. I don't think it would work. I think Chris has to go against someone that's R&B. Now,
I don't think anybody can go up against Chris. Other
I
than
don't
Trey
know.
Songz, but even that's like
It's kind of shaky. I think now if Chris Brown got real serious and did a rap album, you know who?
hey,
Should I
but
say
he'll
it?
still kill it too. Because remember, he did a whole mixtape with Tyga.
That's
And he was holding his own
he
on
was.
there.
If he did a whole album of rap, uh, you know what? Okay, what would a matchup between Chris Brown and Drake look like?
That would be nice, actually.
Because it's kind of like the same thing. Like they both have rap songs they could put in there, but they both have the R&B. You know what
And
I'm
they did
saying?
really have like a
And actual
rivalry at
beef.
one point,
It's
so that'll be nice.
the only thing is one didn't hit the other one like Monica did to Brandy.
Let's keep it in the studios, guys. No physical altercations, okay?
Yeah. I mean, I think that
No, but wait, they was throwing bottles and stuff inside the clubs, like so. Hey, and they was turning up too.
yeah, just nothing
I
connects. When it
I guess
doesn't
Monica's
connect,
like, no, I'm bringing it to your
when it doesn't connect, I don't care.
Yeah, it's just the theatrics at that
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, it's like that whole thing, like hold me back type thing. Like
I feel
just
that.
it's just showing
I feel
showing
that.
off, man.
I feel
Right.
that. Well, speaking of Drake, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so glad that you brought that up. That's the nice transition into
Talk about a segue.
That
okay?
was beautiful.
Segue King Clive.
Thank you. See, this is a segment where we talk about a moment in history, music-wise, guys. That's right. So check this out. Shout out to the hardest working man in show business, Mr. Derrick Myers, who goes and posts all the dope historic facts that happen in music history. And he posts them right in the OTS group and on the OTS Instagram page. So make sure you follow that at OTS Guys so you can keep up with a lot of what's going on. 7 years it has been already.
7 years.
7 years, ladies and gentlemen. A number of completion, by the way. That has been 7 years since Nothing Was the Same hit everyone's ears. It hit. And so to those who may or may not really remember Nothing Was the Same, I don't know what you're thinking of if you don't remember it, because many argue that this is his best album of his catalog, but we'll get to that before you give those opinions, guys. We'll get to that. Let me just read the track list of this very album, and you guys kind of then emphasize if this is his best album from his catalog of albums or not. So let's get started. You've got Toucan Leather, Furthest Thing, Started from the Bottom, Wu-Tang Forever, Own It, Worst Behavior, From Time, Hold On, We're Going Home, Connect, The Language, 305 to My City, Too Much, Too Much, Pound Cake / Paris Morton Music 2, Come Through, and of course, last but not least, All Me. I'll leave it to my
Great
fellow
album.
What?
Is this his greatest album of his catalog to date?
I don't know if I want to say that it is his best catalog. However, Started from the Bottom will always and forever be like, bro, like That's an anthem. I played it at my best friend's graduation.
Hmm.
I played it at the closing to my house. Like
That's
I
a
don't know, that
perfect
one
time to play
song
that.
kind of takes.
This is
Yeah,
true. That is
you
true.
know, I
Perfect.
don't know. The album is amazing, and you can play it top to bottom, no skips, and that for me is what defines a good album.
Yeah. Um, easily his best. Easily his best
Okay.
album. Easily. I think, and I'm not gonna say that, but this was his Thriller. This was easily his Thriller.
Okay.
Every album that he's come out with since then, I have compared to that, and nothing is matched up.
Ha
Nothing,
ha
nothing is
ha!
matched up.
Nothing was the same, huh?
Nothing was the same. Yes, I see what you did there. That's beautiful. Yeah,
I'll be
man.
here all week.
I, 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 the intro, Tuscan Leather, that is probably one of the best intro tracks ever. I am willing to say it's up there, easily top 10 of all intro tracks. Easily. That was a great way to bring it in and wrapped it up with Pound Cake.
I love Pound Cake.
Yeah. The album, like you said, Janine, there's not one track that you really skip. I mean, I forget what track I did used to skip, but that was because sometimes I just didn't care about listening to it at that moment. But it's not a track that I would skip on a regular basis. Um yeah, man. I there's n- I look, this is my favorite Drake album. Easily. This is my favorite Drake album. So I have to say that was his best one for me. That was his best one. I don't see how you can say Views, More Life, for Scorpion even compete
Well,
with that.
I think the only other album that probably would is either Nothing Was the Same or Take Care.
Which I was
Mm,
just about to mention,
yeah.
because if
Like
nothing
that
was the
is
same,
between those two.
yeah, if nothing was the same was his Thriller, then that must make Take Care bad, son. Because Thriller and bad are pretty much the same thing.
I'm not mad at it. Oh, Hold On,
Hmm.
We're Going Home was a song that I would skip.
I
Only
knew
because they
that was
played
the
it
song.
on the radio so much. You're like, all right,
Yeah,
I heard it
like
enough on the radio. Yeah,
yeah,
I understand.
yeah. So, but that's not a bad comparison. I like that. I like that. Take Care being his bad.
Hmm.
I'm not mad at that. And like that's the Drake I want to hear again. You know, um, and I think he was on Rap Radar and talked about that. How people would always compare his new music to that, and I can't remember what he said. I'm not sure if he said that he wouldn't do another album like that, or he might not even try it. I forgot what he said, but that's one of those albums that I don't know that you can actually top. And it's not to say that he has not put out good music since. I don't, there's people that are gonna probably be pissed at me for saying that. 2015 to me was the last time a complete project from Drake was really good. What a
Hmm.
time, that what a time to be alive. And
Reading this, it's
if
too
you're
late.
reading this, yes, too late. Those two albums, 15, those were great projects,
Hmm.
great projects. But ever
Hmm.
since, I can't. Nothing compares. Nothing was the same for me.
I will disqualify myself from giving an opinion on this particular thing. Why?
Yeah, why?
Well, don't kill me, people. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. All right. I'm just being honest.
Oh
I've
no!
never listened to a Drake album. I've only heard his
What?
singles. I've only heard his singles. I only know I only know
Dwayne,
singles.
you
I've
have
never
made some confessions on here that have just had me shooketh.
I'm serious. I've never listened to a complete any of his albums, like in complete start to finish to any, except for Views. And that was only because I had it on my phone and I think I downloaded it. And so I just would hear it in shuffles.
So before we have this Pass the Aux deep dive on the Drake albums, you need to listen to all the Drake albums.
Yeah, I need you to.
You need to do a few weeks, maybe a month of research.
Every week, listen to an album straight.
Listen to
for
a
a
Drake
week.
album. Straight.
Yeah.
Y'all do realize that means I have to be in the mood for this, given the fact that this man sings a lot. As my boy Kofi Kingston would say, that's singing-ish. Shout out to my boy Kofi Kingston. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
WWE superstar who is not a fan of R&B apparently because he don't rock with that singing-ish too much. Yeah, he said it on his podcast, on the New Day podcast. Shout out to the New Day podcast. He literally confessed and said, when it comes to R&B, he don't rock with it. Like he don't listen. He can't sit there and listen. Yeah, probably mid-30s. Probably.
So he grew up around the same time we did.
Yeah.
The 90s is the
best for R&B.
Period for R&B.
Yes, and he can't rock with that sing. He calls it that singing-ish.
I'm married to somebody who doesn't really do R&B. He's like, yeah, like it's cool, but
it's not for everybody.
He doesn't really listen to it.
Yeah, it's not for everybody. Like, y'all got to realize, man, I'm going to have to go through a breakup or something so I could really listen to Drake and feel like this. Maybe I got to put myself in the fields or something because it got to be a cloudy, rainy day or something.
A lot of people try to give Drake that image, but that's not really like, I don't listen to any of his albums, but like he's hurt and like he's crying over a girl.
That's
like,
Adele.
Yeah, that's not the energy that he gives.
That's not Drake, man. I mean, Is he a sensitive guy? Like, can you tell that in his music? A little bit, yeah. But what artist is not sensitive? That's the thing. What artist is not sensitive? I think all artists are sensitive to a point.
And I think too, like when Drake really probably 2008, 2009, he was like the first artist to get into, I'm not about to just be talking about street shit and like selling drugs and like fighting, because I'm not really about that. Like I got homies that do that, but what am I doing right now? I am in relationships. I am on my grind. I am chasing this dream, and like that's what he's talking about. So maybe that's where the sensitive image came from, is because he was not talking about what everybody else was talking about at that time, and he was more in tune with his feelings, I guess.
That's the thing. I love when artists go against the grain, like when they do what others aren't doing. That's how you make yourself stand out even more. You know, I mean, if you do it the right way, you know, I'm not saying just go out and find anything, you know, just stupid to do that with, but he did
don't do like irrelevant new type of things, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You want to stay focused, and that was a perfect. People are never gonna know what we're discussing.
You totally did that.
As long as we know. But yeah, don't do that. Don't do those type of things.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so for y'all,
I can't believe you haven't heard a Drake album, bro.
Yeah. Hey man, listen,
that doesn't.
Don't judge me, man.
I'm not judging.
I know his singles.
No, I am.
I know his singles.
I can't believe it.
I'm a man who knows his singles, and I know certain songs from projects that people probably thought were popular and probably could have been singles, like Pound Cake. I'm familiar with it. I vibe with it. But I mean, to the songs on his albums, such as Take Care, that people, you know, I mean, Take Care, Nothing Was the Same. I don't know every song on that album. I just know certain ones. Like I knew Pound Cake. I knew Started From the Bottom. I knew Hold On, We're Going Home. Rest of those.
Listen to the entire album.
I will
front to back, no skips.
No skips.
Best.
I might actually start. I meant to listen to that the other day, and I just completely forgot.
I will do my best to definitely go album from album, starting from the very beginning.
Please,
Okay.
listen to his mixtapes too. His mixtapes. People sleep on his mixtapes. His mixtapes were really good.
Replacement Girl is what I see. I know songs. Okay, I knew Degrassi Drake when he was transitioning from Jimmy to Drake. All right, so I knew this guy. So don't think I'm not a fan of Drake, people. All right, I am. Any single he puts out, I listen to it, and
You're
I'm
about
like,
to
okay.
get is gonna help me.
Trust me.
I appreciate
it's gonna help
you, my boy.
It's gonna help you. Well, if it helps, yes, I have
Appreciate
ever listened to a Drake album start to finish. Ever. Except for Views. Except for Views. Views is the only one I know at this point, just about.
I don't know how that's. See, did you like Views?
I did. I actually did like Views.
Okay. If you liked Views, you're going to love Nothing Was the Same.
And why was Views the first album you actually listened to? Aside
from
because at that time, let's see,
it was a girl, wasn't it?
It was a lot of hits. He had. I mean, again, I went off of his hits, and that one, for whatever reason, seemed to have
it produced a
lot of hits.
It produced a lot.
So because of the lot of the hits that it had, Hotline Bling, you know.
And the Hotline Bling,
You know what I'm saying? Like in that era, I felt like that was Views to me personally is where it stopped, because Scorpion, I have that album and I can't listen to that.
More Life.
I try to listen to Scorpion in full, and I can't. There's certain songs I rock with, but I
don't blame you. Scorpion is not.
Scorpion didn't do it for me, but Views was like, all right, I see where you went here. You dropped out of school, now we dumb rich. You know what I mean? Like I was like, all right, cool. I like Views. So if y'all saying that,
Views was good.
I'll go back. All right, and I'll periodically, like I said, y'all give me a deadline. And y'all say we're gonna
just know that we're not having a discussion on Past the Odds about Drake until you actually listen to all of his albums.
All right.
So, however you feel like you need to do that, however long that's going to take, just know.
All right. Time. Ladies and gentlemen, you have it on record. Okay, you have it on record. Listen to me in full. All right. God. Your boy Dwayne is going to take his research. Okay, he's gonna do it. He's gonna go on a journey. All right, I'm going to go in a time machine and I'm going to listen to every Drake project. All right, start to finish. All right, I am going to see what sticks with me and what I don't skip. All right, if there's a project of his where there's songs I don't skip, I guarantee you I will come back and tell you guys. I like this project.
I'm intrigued, bro. I don't know how you've gone this long.
Because I told you, I like Drake. I just don't like too much singing. I gotta be in the mood for it.
You know Drake's a rapper, right?
I know.
A part-time rapper.
Part-time, yes.
He's a part-time rapper.
Yeah.
Definitely more rap than R&B to me.
It just depends.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Well, it just depends.
Nothing Was the Same was the perfect balance of it. Rap and singing. I think that's partly why I love it that much, because it's one of those. It's evenly balanced. But I thought Scorpion was going to be Nothing Was the Same type of vibe. Like it just didn't do it. They didn't do that. I would have been fine if he did side A as a rap album and side B as a R&B, something like that. Split it up. That'd have been great. Nah.
So you guys heard it here first. You already know. I don't have to do Views and I don't have to do Scorpion. Those two are disqualified from this because I've heard those.
Okay.
I've gotten through Views and I like Views. I couldn't get through Scorpion because there were ones that were hit and miss. All right. Now, everything before Views, I will go back and listen to. And when it's discussion time, I will let y'all know from the heart what I feel. It's truly Drake's best album.
So you didn't even listen to What a Time to Be Alive?
No. Also,
That was
keep in mind that.
Future.
Also,
That was
keep in mind that a lot. You're talking about a guy who's not that big of a Future fan for number one.
me either. But that one made me like Future.
I'm sorry, cuz I mean, the man got nice hooks and all at times, but I won't really rock with Future like that.
I've been rocking
Yeah.
with Future
Sometimes.
since Tony Montana. Tony Montana. Y'all remember that? Oh, that was my jam and my little Cavalier. What? Y'all can't tell me
You had a
nothing.
Cavalier?
I
She
had a
Cavalier.
red convertible 1990 Space Cavalier. Y'all cannot tell me nothing. And I was
Couldn't
riding
tell me
around
nothing.
bumping Tony Montana like I was really big in these streets, and I wasn't.
So someone gave my parents a Cavalier like in the 90s, and my dad was driving it. That thing just, while he was driving it, the engine got caught on fire like while he was on 75 South.
Something like that.
Yeah.
My engine catch on fire. I just heard a big boom, and it just didn't turn on again.
Are you
So
serious?
whatever that is.
Note to self: never have a Cavalier.
Don't ever get a
It was a
Cavalier.
fun car though.
Yeah. Future, same damn time. Probably the greatest Future song. Actually, no.
Huh?
Deeper Than the Ocean. That was a song from Future that I actually rocked with too. Other than that, I can't really
I'm
tell
not a
you
huge
much.
Future fan either.
Me either. Those are the
Uh,
only two songs I could really tell you off the top of my head.
You're not alone on that one. I'll rock with you on that one.
But I will definitely go through and check out every project. And when it is discussion time,
so wait, y'all didn't listen to Dirty Sprite too?
I listened to a couple of tracks, but I didn't listen to that one.
All right, well,
I'm not a
we
Future
can move
fan,
on.
man. I never have. I never have been.
The answer you are trying to reach is unavailable at the moment. Please leave a message after the beep. Beep.
All right, well, that's fine.
Yeah, I listened to a couple of tracks on it, but I'm just not.
Yeah, I'm not a diehard Future fan, also, but I it seems like I appreciate him a little bit more than y'all do.
I will.
Well,
If I want to
appreciate
drive
it.
through Atlanta and just have my windows down and just bump music and not even care what I'm listening to, I'll listen to Future. Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
not?
But I'm not.
Why
I'm
not?
not. I'm not going to sit here and listen to him in my spare time. That ain't
Not in
happening.
the spirit. No, yeah, you gotta be in the mood. Nonetheless,
I don't even know what mood you have to be in to listen to Future. That's the thing.
an Atlanta mood. You gotta be in an Atlanta mood.
Yeah.
There you go.
You gotta get some
Aha.
stuff like that.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you go. So let's go ahead and get right into the meat of things. A certain co-host of mine, co-hostess,
Oh, wow.
if you will, she checked out a project from a certain artist.
Sure did.
He who shall not be named, at least not for myself or this guy over here, but by all means, the floor is yours.
So we just gonna throw me up under the bus. But that's fine.
Listen
That's
to.
cool.
Never will we throw the queen under the bus. No. We've got you protected here. The floor is just yours. The floor is just yours.
Thanks. All right, fine. Well, today, Tory Lanez released a project by the name of Daystar. All right. And it's a 17-track project, basically talking about the situation that we all know and have been passionate about, which is the shooting in the foot of Meg Thee Stallion. And hey man, upon listening to it, I just say we need to let everybody have their day in court. And again, like, I feel like we have to be careful with when we share our opinions, because at the end of the day, like, it's protect Black women, protect women at all costs, period, point blank. But I think what he spoke about a lot, it was like, y'all are canceling me and you are crucifying me and you're giving me or saying that I'm guilty without even knowing the story. Nobody was there. And it's supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, right? Or at least that's what he's saying. In addition to kind of telling and he doesn't necessarily say exactly what happened. He's like, yo, I'm not gonna get on the internet and talk about a case that is open. Um,
So what's the purpose of doing
the
that project then? Because I thought it was
Yeah, because I think, well, and that's the thing too. So everyone's like, okay, well, Tory needs to say something, like he needs to apologize, he needs to do something. Okay, so when he comes out and does a project versus doing like an IG live, he's an artist, and y'all wanted to hear his side of the story. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all 17 tracks of me talking about it. And um what it sounds like is what he's saying is that the people in Meg's camp are putting it into her mind to go ahead and say that he did something that he didn't do. He's basically saying that it didn't go down the way that it's being depicted. And aside from that, he's talking about just kind of shedding light onto the music industry or just the industry as a whole. Like, okay, there's people that are supposed to be my friends that I've had relationships with, that I've been homies with, that have my phone number. And before y'all even called me to see whether or not it's true, you're hopping on live and talking shit about me, like
that I will
flagging my name through the dirt. And again, if Tory did it, like that's a sucker move. Like there's no explaining that. There's no coming back from that. But at the same time, I can understand him. Like, damn, like I thought that we was really cool like that. You have my phone number. Not once did anybody pick up the phone to say, yo, like, what really happened. Everything has been played out over social media, which is a nasty game because a lot of people jump on social media or jump on a story because they know that it's going to get views. Or instead of judging me based off of what you know about me personally, and not just like somebody that he's met in passing or somebody that he may done a track with, but somebody that we've hung out together, we have a relationship, versus you coming to me as a friend. You're making moves and making posts based off of, damn, if I don't say something, my fan base might think a certain way, you know?
This is true.
See, here's the corny thing about Tory. Why do you feel that it's necessary to keep your mouth shut this entire time just to come out with an album that's supposed to respond to it, but then you're saying I can't say anything? That doesn't make
That's
any
like
sense.
calling the woman. And again, it's not the same thing, but like, let's play devil's advocate. That's like telling a victim, oh, it's corny that you waited months or years after the abuse happened to finally come out and say something.
Well, you know why I'm gonna say like this. Even if there was an argument with Meg, why in the hell are you reaching for a gun?
But that's what he's saying. Like, so again, we don't know. We're just going based off of what Meg is saying. We're going based off of what Tory is saying. What
Right.
Tory is ultimately saying is that it's a cover up for somebody else.
So he's saying that so from what we've known, there's only 3 people in that truck.
The best friend, the bodyguard, him, Meg.
Oh, so the bodyguard was in the truck as well.
I believe the bodyguard
in this truck.
was it. Right.
So if it wasn't Tory, it was either the friend or the bodyguard.
Right.
Just
Bro,
say you didn't
know.
do it. If you see, this is what I don't understand. Why not just come out and say what's what?
He's an artist, man. He decided that he wanted to come out and tell his story. He talks about him and Meg's their relationship. They were like together apparently. He talks about the night at Kylie's party and how he got. Huh? Did you hear me?
I said I salute him for that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
He said that, you know, they were at Kylie's party. He has had a crush on Kylie, kind of got too flirty. Meg wasn't feeling that, so that kind of led to them all leaving. You know, so
Mhm.
he's talking about what happened. He's talking about their relationship. He's talking about how it hurts that, because based off what he's saying, he didn't do it. It's a cover up for somebody else, and her team is basically saying, "Hey, blame it on Tory." But he's saying that once they have their due date in court, the truth is gonna come out. Again, we don't know. We don't know.
Here's my thing. Even if he did not do it, let's say hypothetically he didn't do it. Why not just say that? Like, if someone's coming out and saying that I did something to them, and I have to keep my mouth shut on the details, but like I can say I I didn't do that. What's what's the harm in doing that? And
Yeah.
even
I just want to
on
put a
top of
disclaimer,
that,
guys. I'm not advocating for Tory.
right?
Like we got to see.
This will be flashed in a disclaimer. All
Yeah.
right. My
Yeah.
co-host does not condone the actions of Tory Lanez.
Right.
Period. Pert.
Yeah.
But so as you were saying, while
Mhm.
we're getting connections resolved, as you were saying, why not just say that you didn't do it? Now, in saying that, who's to really say people are gonna really believe you? I mean, how do you know
Right.
who's innocent and who's not in this situation at this point?
Well, see, but that's what I'm saying though. Like from the beginning, like even Meg was quiet, and then people were coming at her, right? And then like she was covering for him from what she says. She was trying to protect him. So if
That's
that's
what
the
he said
case,
too. He said, yo, like, if I shot you, like, why would you get back inside of the car for me? Or like I don't know, bro. All I'm saying is that it would really suck, right? Like it would really, really suck if once all of the evidence comes out, because there's still things that Meg isn't really being too specific about other than Tory did it. It would really, really suck if truth is Tory didn't do it, and all of these artists, rappers, podcasters, whatever, off rip crucified him,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So at that point, do we hold Meg accountable for that?
Yes, and I'll say this. If that is the case, that is going to be a real blow to women.
But then that goes to the whole Me Too. Me Too was a real movement and made
Hmm.
sense. But then when you start having women who just accuse men, and a simple accusation
Hmm.
can 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 ruin a career, it's a problem.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't know, because my whole thought process about this is why is there a gun there in the first place? Like really, like
That's a good question.
what is the purpose of even having a gun on you if you're just hanging out with your woman and you go into a friend's house? Like unless it's the bodyguard's gun. And if it's a
Right.
bodyguard's gun, why is the bodyguard not in possession of his weapon?
Mm.
These are see. There's more to the see. We
So
don't know
I'm
everything.
see, that's the thing. I'm okay with there being more to the story. It's just that it looks very weird.
It
And
looked weird from the jump.
yeah, it's this has all been like a very odd thing to not say anything on his side, deny it, and then apologize. Like, and then now this looks even worse, to be completely honest, because let's say he is guilty of it. Now you're profiting off the fact that she got shot.
That's the thing. What if he really is guilty? And now, yeah, it's all sick. Like the two what ifs are nasty.
Yeah.
Either side.
Yeah. I would love to hear what that friend has to say.
That's what everybody's saying. Like, hey, friend, what happened? And then just based off of putting pieces of because again, it's 17 tracks and he's talking about it throughout the whole thing, but then it's putting bits and pieces together of like, you would like everybody had been partying, everybody's drunk. I don't know if they were doing other things. You might not have a strong recollection of what actually happened, but then your team is like, yo, Tory did it. This is what happened. You need to da 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 da.
But so like here's my thing though. Why blame him? Like if let's say that this was the bodyguard that did this, right? Or the friend. What's to gain out of blaming him for doing it?
I don't want to lose my best friend, or if I don't remember what happened and my team is telling me to blame Tory so that my team doesn't get, you know what I'm saying?
I think both of them need to actually get rid of their teams. Their teams are horrible.
Yeah.
They do not strategize well if that's the case.
But even with, Megan's live video and she got emotional, she was just saying like she's lost her both parents. I believe that her grandmother's, so she doesn't really have anybody who is really there for her 10 toes down and looking out for her best interests. Maybe that her best friend was there for, but according to the songs and stuff, apparently Tory has something going on with her friend too. So I don't know if that could have brewed up some things. Who knows?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I think that out of the whole thing, the positive that came from it and what was beautiful was to see so many men stand behind Megan and speak up. They were slow to do it, which
very slow,
because we talk about here at OTS like bringing integrity back to journalism, right? And you shouldn't just start spreading stories and talking on hearsay. We need to have facts. We need to know. We need to research. So I can understand taking a while to come out until we know the whole story. But when they came out, you still don't know the whole story, but you're speaking up and saying that we have to protect Black women. So that's good. But it's just, again, it would really suck and it would be ugly if it turns out that shit didn't go down the way that it's been portrayed to have gone down.
Yeah. I don't even know what to think, to be completely honest. This is exactly why I just don't get involved with stuff like this, because it makes no sense. Like, it's just like this. I don't know. I hope for his sake he didn't do it. I really hope for his sake he didn't, because he was on a good roll, like with
and that's
IG
so
Live
even
and
too, like to have gotten your master's, to have gotten the quarantine a radio deal, to have just been released from your contract. Like, I don't think any smart individual would be like, let me throw this all away out of the heat of passion and shoot a woman in the foot. Like, even
and
that.
why the foot? That's another thing. What, like, why the foot? Like, was this something that just happened because he mishandled the gun and then it just went off?
Was it an accident?
It was an accident. Like, did he just do that whole thing? Like, you know how some guys might do in movies where they like just shoot and then they'll look away and just shoot. Like, was it something like that? Like, what was it? What was it? And if it was the friend that did it or the bodyguard that did it, why? And again, why the foot? Because I can't see someone coming from the back seat to shoot someone in the front and you shoot their foot. And if that was the bodyguard that did that, he needs to be fired.
Yeah, because he doesn't know. He doesn't know how to.
Clearly don't know how to shoot a gun.
Could have been a case where maybe someone tried to attempt to shoot her, and yet someone negated it to where they used the momentum to bend the gun downward, to which then the trigger was pulled.
Okay, see, fine. All right, yeah.
Could it have possibly been Meg that did it to herself?
But from the back though. But
It's
see,
the foot.
And then that was what he said inside of Asante. Again, I'm not like trying to plead Tory's case. We're just putting pieces of the puzzle together. He even said, he was like, if you got shot from behind, how could you identify that it was actually me? Like you weren't facing the shooter. You just know that you got shot.
Okay, so answer this for me, because this is something I honestly don't know. Was Tory the one driving and she was in the passenger seat?
Nobody knows that question just yet.
See, we don't know.
You know what?
However, now what's interesting about scenarios such as this is that over the years, we've seen so many artists be involved in situations such as Tupac with the rape scenario, such as Chris Brown and Rihanna and what happened within that illustrious vehicle. You know, so many different incidents with so many different artists over the years. We've seen things happen. Bobby Brown, Whitney Houston.
Mm-hmm.
We've always seen that there are two sides of a story, and what we do know is that when Meg is retired from hip hop completely, got a long ways from now, but when she's no longer at the top of the mountain and decides to call it a career, and years go by and someone decides to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to do a biopic on Meg Thee Stallion. This scenario is going to pop up in part of her story.
Yep.
I wonder who's going to play.
We'll see what really went down in a visual sense. Or maybe Tory decides to make a biopic on his career.
I want to know who's going to play Tory.
Good question.
That'll
a lot of lookalikes. You never know.
Whoever did casting for the No Limit Chronicles should do the casting for the Meg biopic.
That would be. And you know what was also good too? The Bobby Brown story.
Yes.
Yes.
Very good. Very
Yeah, because
very
that Whitney Houston casting.
Yeah, perfect.
And it allows you to see things that you had never heard from his perspective.
Yeah.
And then he brought up Chris Brown too. He was like, y'all don't let black men come from any mistakes. Like how is it that Chris Brown has totally done a 180? It's been years since the whole Riri thing, and how is his name being brought up in my situation?
That I question too, because, but here's the thing. Even with that whole situation, Chris at least acknowledged his wrong, right? Like, and repeatedly acknowledged it. He had other outbursts and stuff like that. But once he had a kid, his daughter changed his life, because from her birth on, that dude was set straight. I mean, I don't know. We may have heard maybe one thing that was toward being negative, but it wasn't anything that really impacted his career since. And they both acknowledged that there was wrongdoing on both sides.
But how long did it take for that to come out though? Because when it first happened, Chris Brown didn't say anything. Like, he let
rightfully so.
It was a different time too. Think about it differently, because now with Twitter, Instagram, IG Live, etc., the pressure
media
is not the same.
It's
the same. So imagine you are in a situation to where you're like, yo, even if she's throwing dirt on my name. This is somebody that I cared for. I still care for. Like, we were in a relationship, and I don't want her to look bad. But at the same time, you have you have Bun B talking about me. You have me
Yeah.
losing out on $10 million deals. You have me at a point where I can't buy a house. Like he was supposed to buy a house, and I guess like a realtor was like, yeah, no, because like you have too much going on, right? So it hits differently. So in a time where Chris Brown, where social media was just getting to a point where it is now, you can stay quiet and it not affect you. But now it's more, it's just on a grander scale of everybody coming at you. I have to tell my side.
Whoa.
You know why it was different?
Y'all
Oh.
can't Whoa.
I thought he's like a bee was flying.
Right, I thought
You're just ducking and dodging. Like, whoa, where is all this coming from?
You know why I think
Whoa.
it's different? Because prior to this situation, Tory was doing quarantine radio and he was all over social media.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was talking, like he was loud as hell. As soon as this hit, quiet. Like quiet as a church mouse. That dude wasn't saying a thing. And I think that's what really rubbed people the wrong way. Like you're gonna be on Instagram doing all this for like the last 2-3 months, and then all of a sudden now you're being quiet. That it was very, very weird, very weird. At the minimum you can do, the very least, is just say, hey, I did not do that, and I'll let this play out in court. At least. But they tried to blame it on her, and then when they could no longer keep up with that charade, now you're going to switch your story. See, that's what makes him look horrible in this whole thing. It's not even the fact that there was an argument or whatever. If you're in a relationship, people argue. Cool. But why you bring a gun out? And why the foot? I'm still hung up on that. What is the purpose of shooting a foot? Were you just trying to shoot the ground, like just as a warning shot? And why are you trying to do a warning shot? And if I'm not mistaken, I don't even think he's a legal citizen of the United States. So what do you have a gun for? That's another thing. Like I think it might actually be illegal for him to own a weapon in America. So it's like there's so much that goes on with this. Why? Just why? But I will say this. If she's lying and he's telling the truth that he didn't do this, he dodged a bullet on that relationship. I'll say that.
Unintended.
You're too fast.
Hey, that's what we're here for. Fast talks, baby.
Yeah.
Unintended.
But honestly though, like if you're in a relationship with someone and they try to put something on you like that to save themselves, if it comes out that he didn't really do it, that ain't the relationship you need.
He's saying that he didn't do it. It's more to the story. It hurts that she's trying to like frame him or whatever. But he's still talking like he wants her back. Like he's still talking like he wants to be in. So that's the part I'm like, if he's lying and she's lying on you and basically about to like risk you going to jail or
and getting deported,
bitch, I don't care who you are. I don't want you back. No. But who am I to tell somebody how they're supposed to feel about somebody that they love and that they have feelings for? I don't know.
Yeah, and see, the reason why I don't even know if I can even truly believe that this was a self-inflicted wound, because that's her moneymaker. Like.
But if it was an accident, the same thing. Like, hey, we're all drunk. I grabbed a gun. Boop.
Yeah, but what's the purpose of the gun even being there?
Yeah, that takes it to point A.
I'm
Why-
like, if you have a bodyguard, why do you have a gun?
yeah. Yeah.
So like none of this makes sense. That thing that's what's throwing me off. Like none of that makes sense. So I want both parties to be able to come out of this and be okay.
Mhm.
Like I truly do, but it ain't looking good for him, man. It ain't that he just got his hairline back and everything too, and he's gonna go and do this.
He has so much going for himself.
I mean,
why would
so
he
much,
throw it all away?
Why
Like,
throw it
Yeah.
all away,
it
man?
doesn't make sense. But then again, at the
doesn't.
same time, why would Megan go through links to, say it was him? So,
yeah. And if he gets deported, does he have to return the hair plugs?
hey man, those are Canadian citizens now.
Indeed.
Canadian citizen. Hey man,
Oh,
look,
God.
I definitely didn't want it to come out like I'm defending Tory and like saying
Right.
because that's not the situation. All I'm saying is that everybody wanted him to come out and say something. He's an artist and said, "Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all in 17 tracks. I'm gonna tell you how I felt before, after, and during." And when you hear two sides of a story, the same way that they're gonna have to do in court, we're putting the pieces of the puzzle together and seeing what really happened. But that's not up to me or any of us to figure out because that's their fucking business.
Yeah. Yeah. And where does Kylie land in all this?
Kylie threw a party. They went to the pool party. Tory got flirty, got in the pool with Kylie. Megan was not having it.
Well, I mean, see, she shouldn't have been in the WAP video.
See, that brings it to that point. That's in the WAP video.
And in all cases, why should anyone feel triggered? Too soon? I know. Isn't it? Yes, it is. Ladies and gentlemen. So I have this quick question for the both of you before we wrap this thing up. I must know which one of these artists take the mantle of 2020 as far as who tells all in one album. Tory Lanez or August Alsina?
And an album be Tory Lanez. August Alsina cheated because he had a documentary to go along with the album.
I'll be completely honest. I know nothing about Tory Lanez music. I have never listened to his music before. Never cared
You
to.
know the mixtape?
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I didn't know he was actually even an artist until like 2 years ago.
See, that's the problem. It's an artist for real.
I didn't know. So I don't know. I agree. I think August has an edge in terms of, also putting out a documentary.
And then he did an interview with Angela Yee.
Yeah. I mean, that one was more interesting. It had much a better, like it had a greater impact on the culture than this one did. I mean, the only impact this one had on the culture was that May couldn't twerk for a little while. That's about it.
No, because again, the impact was that you saw a lot of Black men who grew up in a misogynistic 90s era standing up and saying protect black women. I feel like that was definitely a movement, whether or not it was genuine or not.
Yeah. See, this is the thing about it for me. Like, I'm not saying people can't grow and evolve and stuff like that, but like when you're putting out music that goes against women in general, it's kind of hard for people to take advice from you. It just is. I'm sorry. Rick Ross was the latest one today that came out, and like, it was funny
I'm
as hell,
glad you mentioned Rick Ross. You know, I just so happened to do a little bit of twatching. You know what I'm saying? Ah, ha 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 ha. You see what I got that from? A little bit of twatching on the Twitter. And I went on Mr. Lanez' page, and well, about 7 hours ago, he made an interesting tweet. This is the latest tweet on his feed. It reads, I respect you too much as a black man to disrespect you in these times. However, I went out and marched 9 days straight for Breonna Taylor in your city. I didn't see the boss out there once. Also, stop tagging your endorsements and posts about her. It's a poor decision. Tag Rick Ross.
Agree. What are you? Why are you talking on Tory Lanez and be like, oh yeah, by the way, Breonna Taylor. Oh, by the way, let me put my champagne bottles in. It was corny.
Yeah, it was. But I'll say this though. Rick Ross did come back and say the only reason why you were at that protest is because the protest was going right by your house and you decided to jump out there and walk.
Nigga, I still came outside and walked. Did you come outside and walk?
Yeah. No, I agree. I look, this whole thing, this is one, maybe it's because I'm just a personal guy, I'm a private guy. This whole back and forth thing on social media is stupid to me anyway. It's real childish.
Yeah.
Like, if I have something to say to you, I'm gonna reach out to you and we're gonna talk.
Phone number, call me.
Yeah, we'll talk. There's no need or even if I don't have your number, I'm gonna find a way, because all these artists have a way to connect to whoever they need to connect to. So I'm going to find a way to connect to you and talk to you on social media. That's, to me, that's what grown men do. This back and forth thing on social media is just for show.
For the clout, for sure.
It really is. So that part of it makes me wonder how much of this is even genuine. Like, is this really just, is this how you feel? Or are you doing this because this just gets you more views and clicks? Like, that's what makes me, I guess I just have trust issues. I don't know, because I might be overthinking it. But this is childish to me. It's childish. I don't get it.
Amen. Hey, Tory addressed everyone that had something to, like, he addressed Bun B, Chance, Masika, Asian Doll, but he was basically like, Bun B, he said, with all due respect, OG, but you're talking about protecting women. When I grew up watching your videos, pouring champagne over girls' butts and like over their faces, like you said, if you're making music and what you've gotten your coin over has been degrading women, like, granted, you didn't shoot any of them, you know what I'm saying? Granted that. But, it's hard to take your advice if you're not practicing what you're preaching. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, Rick Ross even talked about slipping her or something, and she didn't even
know it. And that's another thing too. A lot of these rappers have definitely taken advantage of women because they were drunk, high, rolling, whatever. But that might not ever come out because they aren't famous enough to get that platform, but was hella quick to throw dirt on Tory Lanez.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if I know I have a history of doing that or putting that in my art or whatever, I'm gonna think twice about saying something. I don't need to say anything. I'm not saying that what they're saying is wrong. I'm just saying it just doesn't help. Like, because everyone's going to start talking about your catalog, and it's going to draw attention away from the situation at hand. So, like, what's the purpose? Just keep quiet. Just be quiet. just be quiet. Man, and Rick Ross even said it in one of his videos to Tory. Like, what y'all got going on is between y'all, and I'm gonna let you handle that.
Then why are you
So
speaking?
why are you speaking on it? It doesn't make sense.
For the clout, bro. It's for the clout, and
That's why I don't take these people seriously. I truly don't. I laugh at what I see. Like what Rick Ross did, he bought Tory a smart car for one of those little Hot Wheel cars. He bought him one of those as a congratulations on his album. Like I thought that was funny as hell. But in terms of when I'm listening to you, like actually taking you seriously on what you're saying, I don't know. I we are in America, so everyone is innocent until proven guilty, unless you're black. But I guess it is okay to go ahead and say, all right, we don't know all the facts. Let's hold off until they come out. Once they come out, then
I'm cool, and I'm cool with the A. If Tory shot Megan, that shit was foul. There's no coming back from it. You're a sucker. At no point in time should a gun be pulled out. First of all, the gun shouldn't have been there. That's Derrick's point. The gun shouldn't have been there in the first place. But if you're having a lover's quarrel, you as a man should not feel the need to have to pull out a gun for any reason.
I'm being completely honest. The only reason why you should be using your gun is to defend yourself. Like, if you feel your life is in danger, in immediate danger, okay.
Yeah.
And maybe he felt like his life was in danger because he's like 3 foot tall, and
he is 5'7" inside of the song.
Didn't he say he was standing on his wallet or something like that? I heard some clip.
If I stand on my wallet, anyway, it doesn't matter.
Maybe that's why he felt his life was in danger. Maybe.
Who knows?
Maybe. Well, I guess that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we already know, again, we could go on with these type of things, but all good things, as we say, must come to an end. And well, we have pretty much given y'all a lot of meat right here on Past the Ox. So this is that time where we must say our goodbyes. However, it's okay, because we will be back. We'll be back next week. Don't worry. Just sit back, stay tuned, and you never know what else is going to dominate these headlines, baby, because we're going to come back. But before we let you go, justice for Breonna Taylor. You thought we forgot about that. No. Will be said, will be heard. Now, I guess I should pass it around to my co-host here and tell the people where they can find you before we go and get out of here.
All right. Well, you can find me on Instagram at Nina Soul, Nina with 2 I's, NIINASOL, Twitter O_Nina. And of course, here every Monday, Past the Ox. Yeah.
And what did I think about this week? Because as you know,
podcast, yes, every Monday. Well, Mondays.
Yes. Brother Derrick, tell the people where they can find the hardest working man in show business.
At Derrick_OTS. That's the black way to spell it. DERRICK. And also, I run the social media accounts for OTS. That is at OTS Guys on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and you can also find us on YouTube. Subscribe to us on YouTube, and because we have a couple of shows that are coming out. One that's supposed to be coming out next week, I believe. That is going to be good as hell. So you don't want to miss that. I'm not going to tell you what day that we're recording it. I'm not going to tell you what day we're going to drop it. Subscribe to the channel.
Subscribe to the channel.
You'll see it.
Hey, that is what's up. You already know. So you heard the man. I mean, you already know, man. Y'all know where to find your boy. Follow your boy on his hosting page at Dwayne Dickey Jr. on Instagram. You can also follow your boy. I mean, he an artist too or whatever. So, follow my artist page on Instagram at Highlight Life, HILIGHT H-I-L-I-T-E, Life. Same thing for the Twitter. Highlight Life, H-I-L-I-T-E, Life, H-I-L-I-T-E, Life. And y'all already know what it is, www.otsguys.com. You already know what time it is. Find all those things. YouTube, salute to you. You already know, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell right there, you know what I'm saying? So you can keep it locked and know when we dropping Past the Ox and Plugged In and so many other dope shows right here on the YouTube screen. Shout out to my people on Apple Podcasts. You know what to do. Go ahead and leave that 5-star rating. Leave us a comment. All right? Leave them comments there. We want to know your feedback. Let us know who you are so we can shout you out on the next episode. And to my Spotify aliens out there, well, y'all already know what to do too. Go ahead and hit that follow button so that you already know you can keep contact with everything we do. And speaking of Spotify, hey, audience, check this out. Good news. Past the Ox now has its own playlist. That's right. We have a playlist on Spotify where you can check out a lot of, well, what we feel is worthy to check out. You know what I'm saying? Some of the stuff we're talking about, you'll find on that Spotify playlist. Or shout out to our sideshow Plugged In, where a lot of the artists we review, if their music is popping and it's worthy of 4 oxes or more, well, guess what? We got a Plugged In playlist where you can check out those very artists. So, you know, in case you just want to discover something new, you already know what it is. So, that being said, make sure you're looking up Past the Ox. All right? Look up Past the Ox on Spotify. You'll find the show. You'll find the playlist. All that good stuff. So, in the meantime, well, I think it's about time we cue that background music because I don't know about y'all. Y'all ain't got to go home.
Past that.
But
vibing through your
we got to get the heck up out of here. You know what I mean? So, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, this is the outro. The intro that makes the outro that makes the intro. As you see the queen of classic with a classic twerk one time from her couch, as you know. You can't see it, fellas. Sorry, it's exclusive to the hubby. But nonetheless, we thank y'all once again for tuning in. Until the next time, Derrick does not know what to do with a guy like me, but it's cool. We are out of this thing. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ox has officially been passed to you. Peace.